Hi, everyone. We'll let everyone gather in. Hmm. Let me mute my sound. Victoria. Hang on. Let me. I'm going to call her live real quick.
Hi, honey.
Hi, just to let you know, we're live on YouTube right now. I'm talking to you. So, are you on
Oh,
my
shit, I'm not seeing yet.
Are you on my YouTube channel video?
I'm on YouTube.
Well, are you on my channel?
Oh, I put in Odyssey.
Are you subscribed to my channel?
Well, I think I am on my desktop, and my iPad's not working, so I'm going to go get on my desktop.
You should go to Odyssey of Ascension. Find my channel, and there should be a live video right there on the home page.
God damn. Okay, I'm going to find you.
I'm not going to text you the URL, because I don't know,
Yeah.
We got people in the house. Hi, guys. Hi, Sandra. Hey, JPP. What's up? All right, good. Did you find it yet?
Not yet, but I'll find you, honey.
All right. Well, I'm going to post it on my Facebook. So if you can't, I'm going to post the URL on my Facebook if you can't find it that way. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
Love you.
Love
Mwah.
you. Bye.
Bye. I'll let everyone gather in, guys. I'm going to put this on Facebook real quick. Copy, paste, share. Facebook. I love these drinks, but they get the yogurt gets on my nose rings. It's like a drinkable yogurt. And I should put it in a glass, but that would be too obvious. That'd be too obvious, Roxanne. All right, let me put that. Okay, we have what's the? Oh, there we go. I'm drinking something. Perfect. All right, let me share that. Share to a group. Odyssey. Okay. All right. Let me make my page back up. Yes. Let's go. Hello, Dee. Hello, Tani and Pat and Dora. Use a straw, right? I got straws too. Shit, I should use a fucking straw. I don't know where they're at. I got a whole. I even have a metal straw. Remember when they were talking about taking Starbucks? I'm sorry. Let me close this shit. We just had a really good rain, so I just opened up and just beautiful. But anyways, okay, good. Yeah, she's got it. Remember when Starbucks was talking about no more straws and stuff like that? And so we bought metal straws. I have those. I should use that. I'll break it out so I don't have to keep cleaning my fucking nose rings from. Isn't it great to be human? Look at the fucking games we play. What does your shirt say? Flute. 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 We got enough people in here to go yet? flute. I spend time with my flute. Flute. Loving my flute. I was practicing and then decided to go live. I think I was going to go live earlier today. A flute could work as a straw, right? All right. We had a live on Sunday, the round table, right? And we were talking about the heavy stuff, rape, abuse, sexual abuse, as well as known as Hell of Summer. Owning your shit, exactly. So that's what I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about, they were talking about tools. And I want to bring a few things together. Maybe we can have a little bit of a package so you can understand relationship to reality. So the first standard you have to put into place if you want to take this approach. No one cares if you do or don't. This is an offering. So let's look at this approach as what that we as awakeners have experienced, that we are living in a perception of not God, forgotten God, fractal, not aware of our connection to creation as in a species. So the creator creates an incarnation, and the incarnation is the human experience, okay? And we're provided with consciousness, providing us with bodies and hairs and surroundings and scenery and planets and time, and all this stuff comes into play in this little tiny bubble of our individual world. And we get to interact with that world as we choose, because we are that truth, right? So I was thinking about how we can look at things so you guys have some kind of tools in place, not so much a process or a system, because any amount of structure is going to lead to stricture, and stricture will lead to suffering, okay? So when I started to awaken and I'm channeling, and I started to see the things about me, but not only me, but the reality that I was attracting was telling me my relationship to myself. Now, I need you to listen to this part like it matters, okay? It was telling me about myself, but not in defined emotional relationship. It wasn't statusing me. If there was an asshole that came into my life or a negative, I'm not negative, motherfuckers. I'm not negative. The mirror's not telling me I'm negative. I'm born separated. I don't know anything except my own journey, my truths. Republican, Democrat. One born in the deep South, one born in Washington State. They meet 20 years later. Which one's wrong? Who's the right person? Who's the wrong person? Neither. They're both experiencers of a fucking unconditional reality, creating an experience, a human incarnation. They're born separated, so this is their truth and this is their truth. Who am I to argue with who's right or wrong? Unless I have an identity that values the separation, that values polarity, that values division, which is the human experience. And I awaken to that, and I start to see that my truths are mine. Mine. And when I was channeling, people were telling me I'm those things. No, I'm not. I'm not those things. I am a creator creating an experience. But my truth is My individual relationship to reality is what I'm being shown. My worth, my truth, what I need to own as me that creates my experience. One of the best freeing things I got was stop worrying about trying to create reality through a human perspective of manifestation, of objects that would perceive to give me an enlightened version of myself through and a fucking extraordinary amount of fucking effort and pain to rip myself apart to achieve happiness that lies in futures of a construct of lack. Doesn't work. I trusted my channeling. My channeling told me we are effortless gods, we are unconditional reality, and you sign the motherfucker yourself to your truth, your relationship. So I was creating my reality through my relationship. And if I only know separation, then why wouldn't I be angry at a person who kills somebody, who harms me, who trolls me, if you want to use a current word, who's using at the expense of others for their own gain, greed and lust and hatred and violence, and then speaking and preaching niceties to me, God fearing, this is the story, and I'm wrong, and I gotta be this change, and I gotta give my life to the Christ conscious, and I gotta do all these things. Where am I in that? Where is I'm experiencing? I am experiencing that relationship that I am creating the relationship to. That's what you gotta fucking own. You don't own the dependencies as a what? A project to conquer. You own the dependencies of surrender to that, of that truth. You own that shit. God damn it. When are you guys going to see that you literally create your experience? Fuck saying create your reality, because all of you are trying to decorate it in the ideas of whatever glamorous idea that your mind is selling you a fucking story on when happiness is. And each one of you aren't happy. You're struggling happy. You're trying to find happiness in what? In what? Where does happiness live? Here, right here, motherfuckers. Take it apart. Okay? So that reality relationship, right? If I'm born and raised in a family that the football team is Cleveland Browns, which I was, and then I come across a person who makes fun of the Cleveland Browns, and I'm mad at him because he was born a Green Bay Packer fan. How can I be mad at him when all he knows is Green fucking Bay? Oh, fuck Green Bay. Come over to my side. What am I? A fucking tyrant that I need another person to believe what I believe because I got no goddamn worth and I'm a coward to stand on my own truth without the divinity of someone else's allegiance to me? Look at a fucking coward that is. Look what people do to other people. Fucking cowards because they have no worth. That's the game. So let's own that shit. Let's own it. Let's not worry about the fucking people out there. Make your world fucking small. What I mean by that, I don't mean tiny in size. I mean the amount of energy that you give to the idea of the world. Make it really fucking small. Own your business. Stay in your lane, in your world. Okay? So when I'm talking about owning your shit, if you're reacting to a situation, and I don't give a flying fuck if that situation is anywhere in emotional status, it's recognizable by the conditioning of the experience. You know there's a limitation because it's tied to an emotion. I don't care if it's positive or negative. For God's sakes, if you guys think joy and happiness is the end of the scale, you're fucked. Because it ain't. It's so beyond that. The freedom, the state of being a business is absolutely unexplainable. You could not define it. You would only dumb it the fuck down. Okay. So let's talk about owning your shit. When you see yourself reacting, here's where we talked about this. The observer recognizes the reaction. I'm having the reaction with my reality. I'm afraid to be my truth. So it's not the person that's there for you and you have to fucking suck their fucking cock because they're showing you something. Fuck them. They're a goddamn reflection. That's all they fucking are. Don't give creed and gratitude to another. You're giving away your own attraction. They're a fucking light that takes form in a human. Stop it. Stop with the whole shit. You can say thank you and stuff like that, but don't go, oh my God, thank you. Stop. Be awesome. It's your world. It's your fucking world. This is it. It doesn't go farther. You're in the middle of your bubble. It doesn't go farther than that. And everything you see is yours. Not an ownership or demand and potentiality of relationship. So when you're afraid, because you're going to hurt someone's feelings, are you willing enough? Are you courageous enough? Are you have enough courage with that recognition, that observation, because you're very interested in awakening the creator, not through what everyone else's diarrhea is fucking telling you, because everyone else is telling you a story that's in their memory. You want to tell you the story that's in the now, because the now is the truth of you. The memory is a reflection. It's a Memorex. It's a goddamn history. Fuck that memory. Memory comes in the moment that's an ally that gives you an idea about something. You'll have a completely different relationship. But the memory that says, I'm responsible and I'm afraid to speak my truth, because if I'm afraid to speak my truth, then I'm seeing change and I'm afraid of change. But I want to make the change. But I'm responsible to them, because if I hurt their feelings, then they might not like me. I might cause them pain, and that'll be my fault. Can we all sit and slow the fuck down and look at that entire conversation that I had about a belief system? Are you guys willing to own that? And when I mean own it, I don't mean, once again, this bullshit. I'm going to write it on a goddamn fucking sticky paper and put it up there and say it as an affirmation every fucking day. Get rid of processes. You're a fucking creator. That's what you gotta own. You're not a goddamn project. You're not a commodity. You're not a goddamn idea to become. You are already. That's what you gotta own. And you're going to own your realization about how you create your experience. I am so afraid of being this truth because I have a responsibility to my company, my workplace. I don't want to do this, but my responsibility, fear, limitation, conditioning, sells me a story of an outcome of a negative fear, limitations, conditioning. And I better act in accord to keep my mediocrity alive and well, because I'm satisfied with mediocrity, because my life is comfortable and secure. That's a choice. And that's up to you. That's what you got to see, goddammit. You got to see that's how you create your reality. That's not because they gave you a good, safe, secure job, that if you stay in line, they're going to give you a career in the future. See, that's what you're being sold. You're being sold pain. And that pain that you look around on the human experience says you got to be thankful, you got to be gratitude, give it up for God, an absentee fucking landlord who doesn't give a flying fuck about anyone on this goddamn planet because he ain't doing shit about it. Oh, it must be up to me. Maybe that's just a story. Maybe that's part of the human experience, finding conditions within the unconditional, endless universe of experience, right? Maybe all of this isn't really a truth. It's an experience, and how I relate to it is the truth. See, all those other stories that are lied objectively to you that you got through your memory and other people's diarrhea is not the what, folks? It's not the goddamn standard. Because there isn't one. So what's calling you to be a good little boy, a good little girl, to stay in line? Fear? Fear? Invincible you are. Indestructible. If you're vibrating frequency, Let's beckon to the logic side of your head. If you keep putting energy into fear, will you not attract the idea of experiences of fears until you change the relationship? It's not that it's staying around for you. It's showing you what you are to yourself, and you can make the fucking change because you're in charge of your universe and nobody's in charge of you. Because there's no one in charge, right? Hmm. Oops. Yeah, you know where I'm going with that. Memories. Anyways, so when I recognize a belief system in me, my idea, my understanding, and observation is to know and own it, that that's the way I'm relating to the world that's in my now, and that relationship gives me my experience. My truth gives me the truth about the now, gives me my relationship experience. Emotion doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where it is in the after, but it's just telling me here's your truth, and then I experience immediately, sequentialtaneously, all at the same fucking time, the truth of me. Okay? Stave off thinking for a while. Just be with me. Just flow for a minute. Go downstream. Just be in the moment. It'll all come back. Relax. You guys don't give yourself enough worth. You're already a creator, but since you don't know it, you hesitate, you delay, you're afraid. So when you start owning that relationship, then you have the ability to relate to it differently. You don't change the outside conditions, as we say, you change the conditioning by choosing different. Okay, then you're not energy follows awareness, focusing on that. So back to the point. Look, everybody, I'm focusing on shit. Law of attraction. What if I chose awesome? Now, I need you to listen very clear, very carefully. Awesome does not mean positive. Awesome doesn't mean positive. Awesome means my truth. A very fearful situation. You're going to speak a truth in front of your spouse, in front of your parents. You're a 12-year-old child at Thanksgiving dinner. You're married with 2 kids, and you're still afraid. You're still afraid of a fucking reflection. Okay? So at this moment, you're going to tell everyone to shut the fuck up about me and my family and mind your own fucking business, or you don't get to play with me anymore. That's it. Now, that is an awesome situation. Everyone else says it's negative. Even your ego is selling your story. What the fuck are you doing? You might lose your fucking family inheritance. You're going to piss everyone off. See, let's go back to it. Let's go. Oh my God, I'm in my own fucking world. I'm the only one here. And as far as I know, I'm the only fucking human on the planet. Because everything I see is an idea of a reflection, a created experience. I know there's other humans. I'm not saying everything is fake, because nothing is fake. Everything is real. But I own my world. And if I don't own it, then I'm going to be a slave to it, because I'm externalized through the what? Through the separation. I don't know anything except that of which I coveted. Cleveland Browns fan, Green Bay Packers fan, Republican, Democrat, Christian, Muslim. It doesn't fucking matter. Everyone needs a value of self, and they will fight for it, and they will scream about it. They'll wave their guns, they'll take the Bible and they'll bust you like that and tell you you're wrong and you're going to hell and you're going to be a sinner and all this stuff. They'll do anything to find the value, because you're giving it energy by what? By valuing it, by defending yourself, by arguing. Make your world small. Okay, that's great. Thanks. Bye. You have no relationship with that energy. Abraham 101, energy follows awareness. Why am I focusing on this idea? Why do I need to be here? But at the family dinner, I'm tired of not being my worth. Where's me in this picture? Buck, 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 buck. Everyone's they're just looking for energy. They're looking to devour identity. They need to be fed. And whatever the fuck they come up with, if it's positive and prayer and good times, or if it's negative and fucking accusatory and all that shit, it doesn't matter because it's a conditioned reality and you are the master in your fucking universe. So you got to own that shit and say, you know what? I'm tired of you guys. You guys suck. Thank you. And get up and fucking walk out. Piss everybody off. Why not? Don't you give them the light then? Do you guys not value the light you offer when you choose the authentic? Everyone finds a light and they revere it as is better than them. It's not. They're not leaders. They're way showers to say, hey, bitch, fucking choose your awesome and get busy with your own love. Get busy with your own reality. Start to choose your awesome. That self chose an awesome. Told everyone at dinner to fuck off, got their kids and said goodbye. No more contact. Why? Oh, because my memory says they're family. Thick blood's thicker than water. That's my obligation. That's my dedication. Hey, great. Then you choose and create your reality with that fucking toxic mess. Hey, man, you may have co-parents. Good, have co-parents. You know what I'm saying. It's never the object. It's not the object. It's not mom. It's not dad. It's not family. It's your relationship to the reality. Ego hunts on a daily basis definition so you can attach to something because it's fishing. Oh, that person said this. They don't have a mask on. Ah! I got a vaccine. Look at my proud. Fucking cowards dying for identity. I don't give a fuck about any human that's not willing to find themselves. I don't give a fuck about them. And the ones that are willing to find themselves, how can I give a fuck about them? Because they're already finding the kingdom. Their worth is alive. But then in the big picture, no one dies. Wow. Everyone just experiences. So what am I owning here? My truth. My truth that creates a relationship that gives me my experience. You know what law of attraction has showed me? Law of attraction that shows me if I get the fuck out of my way and only choose my awesome, and my awesome isn't the idea of objects. It's just whatever I relate to in the moment as my truth, my absolute brutal honest truth. And when I transcend those beliefs, it attracts a reality that's been sitting there the whole fucking time that screams awesome. So instead of my entire life choosing fear, safety, security, validating fear, oh, if this happens, this might happen, so I can't do that in order to get this, so I'll just keep fucking manage my reality, and then I'll react to reality and have an emotional experience because everything's starting to work, but I can't have it work because I'm a fucking piece of shit, so I gotta fuck it up with the ideas of self-sabotage so I can create an identity over and over again. And when I recognize that, here comes an attraction of a reality that I can never imagine. My life is fucking unimaginable. It's so awesome. It's so freeing. And you know what I did? I chose the awesome. So what does that tell me? That everything about ascension is bullshit. It's all a fucking story. Everything. How do we know that the species is actually going to ascend? How do I fucking know if there is a reality outside of the human experience called the Esasani? Or is that just a human experience? How do I know there's a fourth density? I don't. You know what I know? Here and now, my reality. If there is that reality to create an experience, then I'll be there then. But why the fuck am I so goddamn memorized with the purpose and the meaning of finding an idea better than what I am now? Through projection, through ideology, through someone else's leadership that I must follow in order to. Can you see the sense in that? If I choose that, I create that. That's my truth. That's my reality. Not fucking rocket science. If I'm over here choosing negative, 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 and then all of a sudden I choose awesome, 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 why would I not get that? Law of attraction, oh my fucking God, it works. Oh my fucking God, it fucking works. But it doesn't work in expectation. It doesn't work in the materialistic divinings or definitions. It looks like nothing you imagined. It's a state of being that you can never, ever dumb down with a human fucking term. Can't. It's too awesome. Let's talk about obligation, a belief system. I'm obliged to do that. I'm supposed to do that. Here's what it says in the memory, how you're supposed to act. Do you realize something? Since we're under the guise of the Abrahamic laws, and I'm sure there were many other fucking experiential laws of less than, we've always put gods outside of ourselves as above us. So that idea of less than has been in play for a long time. So we're always less than trying to earn our way back. And the absolute educational system teaches you that. Teaches you to be obligated to an ideology. Teaches you to be obligated and dedicated to a state of being that would get you past into the idea of likeness. But we all know that doesn't work. No matter what you do and behave, the skin of your color will get you shot by a cop. Because his belief systems say that your color is wrong and I got to expunge the world. So self-defense. Right? Or you're going to get rejected because you don't have the same religion or your hair is not that. Right? Because people don't really give a fuck. Absolutely don't give a fuck about what you're doing. As long as you represent something that matches their frequency, then they're okay with the externalization. But as soon as that waves comes up, they want to get identity. So our society teaches you to become. And then you're obligated to that goal as always trying to manage your life in an expected outcome. No one's got it, right? Because it's empty. Because you're filling lack with lack. Simple. But what is amazing is that by nature, no one's evil. No one's bad. No one's good. By nature, we're unconditional. But since human is separated and they found the idea and created the experience of a limitation on the coveting sides of belief systems, the suffering and the joy, then you have to fit into that. And our school system and our society tells you you are obligated to be this in order to be a good citizen. If you're not, you're going to be considered over here. And here's the consequences for that. And we're going to make sure you get those consequences because we're going to make your life a living hell if you don't fit the mold. We're going to pass laws against you. We're going to make you feel like shit. And all of this is an emotional, and it's angry. Oh, yeah, it's nasty. We want to kill everyone. I want to blow up the entire state of Tennessee for passing a law that transgender kids can't fucking piss in the fucking bathroom of their choice because they're going to go in there and do evil things. See, that's the whole guy. I'm not going to blow up Tennessee. I don't give a fuck about Tennessee. I don't give a fuck about anyone. It's not my world, not my business. I represent the light of my truth and don't get busy with the objectification. So let's go back to that obligation and the way you've been performing your entire life to achieve something that's inachievable because no one's going to be satisfied, not even you, because you're born in lack. So if you're left alone and you allowed to be yourself, you would find the nature of yourself. And we are absolute unconditional love. We are. But we can't leave each other alone because no one's allowed to be outside of the boundaries. Gun laws become easier when there's a president and that likes guns. Gun laws become harder when there's a president that doesn't like guns. See, it's all whatever it is in the idea of the busyness. So are you obligated to keep your attention in the busyness of that distraction? Do you need to stay in that fucking world? And don't sell yourself a story that you're in the 4D world and you have nothing to do with that world. I don't watch the news. I don't do this. I don't do that. You're commanding a position of separation. Stop. Should be there by Sunday. Good. Thanks, baby. Okay? Don't demand and tell and objectify against creation that's unconditional. Everyone is having a world. Let them have it. That's why I don't fight for transgender or gay or right. I don't fight for animal rights or plastics or veganism. I don't fight for that because that's a distraction. See, that's hunting an identity. That's what I got to own is those are none of my business. I'm a naturist person and unconditional. I got to discover that self. So if I'm taking my 3D and turning it into 4D terms and calling myself this, this, and this, and this, and this is what I'm going to do, I'm just selling myself a story of identity. I've just changed the definitions. So I'm staying up with the obligation of becoming something that would be accepted externally as validated. I'm in no need of validation because I have no value in the mirror as an object. I don't give my value to something defined. It's already here. It's already mine. And I choose the relationship with that. And it doesn't look like things. Don't put it into forms. People always ask, what do you do all day, Roxy? I be. What does it mean? What are you doing? I mean, tell me about, what do you do? See, that's what they're doing. They're always trying to do something because doing equals production. Either it's a waste of time or a positive outcome, or it was okay. So you always go from these little moments of action that lead to an identity. And you're obliged every day to do that action. That's a belief system. You got to own that. Now you're behaving out of a response on a daily basis in order to achieve an identity. And that's the structure that keeps you within the human experience. So you got to observe yourself. You got to be brutally honest. And when you put that affirmation up of acceptance, bullshit, you got to surrender to that motherfucker and become absolutely defenseless against the belief system that you showed yourself that, wait a minute, it can never be them. It can never be them. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. All of that is an unconditional, and I'm seeing it as a conditioned reality. Only fucking me, because I'm the only one in my universe. I got to own that, and that's going to hurt. That's going to suck. You got to go through that and be guilty and be shamed and be upset with yourself and be mad at yourself and be angry and don't do a fucking thing about it. Don't take a goddamn drug to escape from it. Don't fucking busy yourself with the distraction. Do not explain it with reason because humanity is reasonable. Creation is unreasonable. Oh, God, look at the freedom in that. Oh, we have no reason because we're not explaining ourselves. We don't need to assign it. That's a habit of humanity. Recognize that. You are free from all the boundaries of behavioral interaction. You are the choice of that interaction. You have to recognize them and change the relationship and transfigure that. You've got to own that shit. You got to know never is it anybody else. It cannot be. That's your truth about the attracted reality. Let me see. Hang on. Made it. Yes. Yes. I'm reading some of the chat. Yes, Chris, because you're starting to realize your awesomeness. But Chris brings up a good point. Let me read this. Does anyone know why every time I feel emotional intensely, I have an intense warmth and radiate from my chest? Let me ask his question, Chris. Why do you need to know? Because you don't need to know. Your fractal needs to know because it needs to explain the change. When you guys go through change, immediately the ego's trying to reason it. Creators are change all the time. The change, the fifth law is change is the only constant. The change is you. You're moving through reality, experiencing the change of yourself. So you're trying to explain that with a point of view that's logical to define why you're experiencing this warmth. Why? Why do we need to know, Chris? No one needs to know. You don't need to know because you're already experiencing it's here. But the logical sense of you, the interpreted student of humanity that says you have to explain everything that's going on, why not, why not, why did this happen, why did this happen, what's going on, because you have an emotional relationship with it that has to be explained. That's recognition, master. Chris, you got to realize that there's no reason why or why not. Who gives a fuck? Are you not experiencing it? Fuck yeah. But why do you have to know why? Because you're uncomfortable with change. Because you're uncomfortable with the unknown, undefined self. The unknowable you doesn't explain its existence. It is existence in and of itself and an experience itself in the constant transfiguration of its own fucking awesome. Doesn't matter, Chris. Because you're not less or more for it unless you want to be that in your reality. Because we're not going to come to you, oh, wow, you know the reason why. Oh, wow, you're so awesome. Wow, can I give you some money because you're fucking awesome? I mean, is that what you're looking for? You're looking, yes, I'm looking for acceptance. I'm looking for my identity. That's what I'm looking for. I need to recognize that that relationship, whether it's right with you or wrong with you, is irrelevant because it's not right or wrong, it's the truth. See, that's what I want you to see. It's not the details, the distractions or the details. Is it now aware to you that you're just simply creating a reality? You guys are creating your realities all the time. But again, maybe we should change it to creating your experience and the reality of your truth. Choosing that. Every time I had a fear, I would choose on the other side of fear. That's my awesome. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Awesome isn't comfortable. Awesome isn't a good time. Awesome is vibrational self awareness of worth. And you choose that. And if you're afraid, then be afraid. And don't choose it. Next time it comes around, you're ready, fucking choose it. Because you can't waste time when there is no time. Time is created. Time is not a standard. Time is an experience. Especially when there's no one in charge and there's no graduation, there's no test. If someone's selling you a story that there's someone above you, then you bought into a story of someone above you, which is your experience. That's not a truth. That's your truth. It's not a standard. It's not out there. Only thing out there is your existence. Everything is here and now. What you put out is what you get back. The all are one, one are all. Change is the only constant except for the first four laws. Out of that, there's not one fucking limitation. It just shows you this is how it works. What do you want to do with it? Well, now that you know, you have your worth back and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I would highly recommend going fucking up your reality. Osifius told me that. 2014. I'm sitting there. I don't do as much anymore. We've kind of changed it. I used to call my council. And I'd go into my little closed eye, put everyone in a room, and Osifius would be there, and Nakuru and Kina, Buford and Jane and Sly. And we all sit around and shoot the shit. And he said to me, go fuck it up, Roxy. Go and fuck it up. Change everything about yourself. And I did. I started expressing myself. I changed my clothes. I changed everything about me. I changed my relationship. My channeling's changed. Go back and watch my channeling from 5 years ago. I don't channel that stuff anymore because that was my truth at the time. That's my fucking journey. Those truths don't stand in time as truths. They're moment truths. Moments to whoever's watching it, but I'm a different experience focusing on a different reality, evolving myself through the idea of my truth. And my truth has to be brutal to myself to realize if I'm facing a belief system, I got to own that bitch and fucking surrender to it and say, God damn, this is my pain that I'm suffering and I want to assign it to that fucking cuntweed over there. But guess what? They're an unconditional reality being themselves and I'm attaching it to that. So I own it and choose the awesome that's always available. So here's what you don't do. You don't think. You don't think what to do about situations. You don't figure it out. You don't prepare. You just go and fuck it up to find your worth because it doesn't matter. There's no negative outcome to your what? To your actions unless you label it as negative. Unless you choose that truth and gives you that experience of failure. Only you create your experience. You got to recognize the belief systems that tell you and sell you your own fucking pain. Yes. You know what was brutally honest? Let me tell you what was brutally honest. When I knew it was time to end sessions, because I didn't want to work with people anymore that were still trying to fucking figure it out. Trill's going, oh man, Roxy, why is this happening? What do I do about this and this and this? Some guy wrote me an email and it said, hi, Roxy. And there was 3 paragraphs of absolute shit. And then love, whatever. And I wrote back, everything after hi, Roxy and before love is shit. I'm not going to deal with that because I understand that. I've evolved my ego. I have no relationship. I have a knowing about it, but I have no value in it. So why would I keep continuing to teach that? Because I'm a helper. I'm an obligation. I'm a hero. I'm supposed to help people awake. Fuck that. I'm here for me. And my light offers. This moment here isn't to help you. I have no regards for the audience. I'm experiencing my awesomeness. Offering creation a part of me, of my truth. I have no intentions to help you with these words. There's no shadings on them. This is the authentic vibration. And guess what? You get to do what the fuck you want with it. Look at that freedom. So I stopped sessions. I stopped the ego classes. Now I have apprentices. I have 2. You know what we work on? Everything in here. We're past the causality. We're past all that. We're past soul purpose and twin flames and prenatal birth fucking plans. That's all stories. My truth is I am. I'm not going to take anything at all that's not available to me in the now. That isn't my truth. Because then I would only be hurting myself. I'd be choosing my own pain that I don't have to choose anymore. And then, you know, what's really cool is at a point, it becomes choiceless. And that kind of hurts the ego because the ego wants to make choices. If you're already your truth, why do you need to choose? There's no hesitation in my reality. There's no delay. If I get offered something, I already know the choice. Immediately, it's a truth. Immediately, it's a truth. There's no choice. There's no debate. Here comes this idea. Hey, Roxy, blah, 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 blah. Nope. Choice has already been made. As soon as it showed up, I knew immediately, no, there's no to choose. What am I missing? If I'm only choosing and receiving awesome, how the hell can I miss anything? Because the mind sells you a story of grandeur, of betterment, of a perceived reality that has an emotional content that you've been relying on that emotional content all your life as an identity. And of course, you want to get there. So you use the systems of humanity that they sold you as a way to become that. And about 99.9% of all humans have failed miserably at that greatness. That freedom. How can Bill Gates fuck one of his employees? He's supposed to be in love and happy because he has lack. So he finds an identity and expresses it. He bangs an employee. Booyah for Bill. Go get him, Bill. Go be yourself. But out here in the world, I got attached to an identity. I got attached. That's wrong. That's this. Oh, a guy has all that money, can't keep it in his pants. Well, if you have it, why would you? Fuck. Maybe Bill doesn't want to be limited anymore or something, huh? Or maybe his ego says you're Bill fucking Gates. Go split some black oak and have a good time. You know? Probiotics made a big difference. You know? That was a reality that I was holding on to. I was holding on to something. I didn't see it. So I realized, hey man, this is becoming effort. And then I changed the relationship into allowance and acceptance and said, let's see the change. And the change showed up a couple of days later. And it was simple. Once you had take some probiotics to help that, poof, here we are a month. I don't know, 3 weeks later, and it's fantastic. Anyways, it's an experience. This is all this is. Relax. But I know there's emotional identity and value. You know, you want to fix it. You want to make it right. You want to do the right things. You don't want to be found guilty at the end of the day. That's your fault. You don't want to be making a mistake. We teach our children that they're wrong. What the fuck is wrong with that? Nothing. But I didn't like being wrong. So I did everything, including lying, lied my ass off to be right. I was so afraid of punishment. I didn't get, spanked. I got spanked a few times, but I would receive emotional punishment. And that hurt. Emotional abuse of you're just a big piece of shit. You're a failure. Be like your brother. Failure because I didn't fit the expectations of someone's belief systems. And since I'm that experience of separation, I experienced and coveted those ideas of fear about being abused and shown I was wrong and a failure on a daily basis. So I lied my motherfucking ass off. I lied to all three of my ex-wives. I lied to people at my job. I was afraid. Not malicious lies. I was never malicious. But I lied to save myself pain. I was afraid. You want to get brutally honest with you? Speak your truth, not your lie. They're all truths, but at some times those identities become no more truth to you. That's an evolved self. It's like someone you met 20 years ago that wants you to be that same person. You haven't seen them in 20 years or something. And they want you to be that same person, but that person's dead. Fucking dust. Worm food. You're a new you and you're being this, and they want you to be that other person, and they expect it and they're disappointed. Does that mean you sell yourself to pain and go back to satisfy the mirror? To take the mirror over the worth of that reality as a reflection of your truth, and you can choose it in any way you want. No one's going to judge except you. And if that co-creator judges you, let them have that pain. Let them have that pain. They deserve it. They deserve their truth. But if you don't justify, if you don't defend, then that pain becomes obvious to them that they're choosing that within themselves. They may not assign it, but they'll figure it out because you showed them light. You said, yeah, well, that person's dead, and this is the new me, and this is the one I am. So if you want to play with me, go ahead and play with me now, and we'll go be awesome. But if you want to try to be something I'm not, then we got to go. Are you afraid to be yourself? Good. I want you to be afraid because that means you're transfiguring, changing, evolving into worthiness. There's no one in charge of creation. No one can tell you you're a god or not a god. No one can tell you anything until you say yes to it or no to it, which creates your experience. And that experience is your reality. Are you willing to own that? Fess up to your own truths. Be afraid of them. Be scared shitless of your own worth and choose it. No one cares if you do or don't because no one's judging you. This is just another blip in creation. This is just another experience. So it doesn't harm you, nor does it help you. It is the birth of you, the constant change of the new you experiencing the unconditional as the absolute, undefined gestalt of isness that you truly are by nature. So, in the grand scheme of things, the macro doesn't mean shit. The micro, you can make it, you can change it. You know? You got to find that self. Was I afraid? Yep. Did I choose through the fear? Yep. Am I special? Nope. I'm another run of the mill God offering light as a way to know myself. You know? Let me look at the chat. Well, my childhood was a mess. I don't understand any of this. I learned only to trust me. I lived in confusion till I woke. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Always in the now. Yes, Karen. Be in the now. If someone offers you something to choose in time, what do you want to do that then? How does that feel now? Yeah, sounds good. That then comes, it's a week later, and in the now you don't want to do it. So no, I changed my mind. Can do that because it's always now, whether it's relating in your memory or not. Remember, the memory tells you time. That's where you experience times with your memory. The now is always now. But then we relate to our space-time continuum or our evolutionary idea of aging and seasons and days and nights through our memory to know that there's a tomorrow. In our memory, there's a tomorrow. And in our memory, we had the weekend. And now it's Monday and I have to go to work. All these things. But then you start to realize your relationship to your truths and they lie in your memory, and you can change those truths by changing. How do you change? You choose different. Don't make it about purpose. Be meaningless, be purposeless, and realize your own existence supersedes any value of what you're expected to be, either selling to you by your ego or the interpretation of the ego on what the world is saying. In the meantime, you get to watch the fucking parade of humans doing their thing. Right? So again, recap. Let's recap. You're born separated. You don't know anything. You're born black, white, red, purple, yellow, whatever fucking color you want to put yourself in, whatever religion. That becomes your identity forming, your personality. And as you move through your relationship, you go through the phases of teens and everything that human labels because there's behavioral changes, so they have to assign it for their own security and comfort. So I'm this, I'm that. Now I have to grow up and I have to start living life. But most people, about 99% of them, I'd say, never leave the playground. 12-year-old kids taking on adult responsibilities because of the behavioral action of that donned mask of responsible to do the work, to get up in the morning, to be this and pay my bills and pay my taxes and do all the right things so I can get myself in a good status and please my parents and please my boss and become my own boss and please my employees and do all this stuff. Wherever you're putting yourself, I don't give a fuck. That right there is the separation. That's where we are. So in that, one day you're like, and don't make yourself special. I don't belong here. I've always felt the different. No shit. No one belongs here. As an idea of what? It's not here on the planet. It's the idea I'm not separated. My nature is connection. I'm one and all. So you're experiencing not you. So you don't belong here. I get that, but don't assign it. You don't belong on the planet Earth. Fuck you. This is creation. You're in it. You belong right fucking where you're at. Right? Don't objectify and try to make yourself special. You're enough. Get the fuck over your ego that needs to be fed. You got to recognize that shit. Stop putting yourself on a goddamn soapbox. You're not fucking special. You're a run of the mill, unconditional creator. Get used to being awesome without defining your awesome or justifying it or spewing a goddamn resume of this is what I am. Do you love me yet? Okay. And then you wake up and recognize, why are they such a fucking shithead to me? What am I not doing right? I'm trying everything. I'm sorry, Dad. I don't have the fucking know-how that you do. I'm not smart. I'd rather be outside climbing a tree than playing a sport. I'd rather be going over here. I'm sorry, Dad. I like sucking cock. God damn, deep throat that shit. I'm not going to like a woman. Sorry, Dad. Make sense? I woke up to an internal self. An internal self. I had to at least give that self a voice, a truth. That's what you guys are doing. You're waking up to the internal. It's not how you represented transgender, gay, straight, Republican, Democrat, vegan. That's all the fucking distractions. That's the identity. Don't express it in a defined idea for the value of acceptance, or you're just going to remain a goddamn drug addict to the external dependencies you relied on because that's what they taught you. Recognition. Own it. My beliefs. Then, wow, man, I'm really obligated to this today. I got to go to work. It's Monday. I'm supposed to do that. Well, what happens if I don't go? God damn. God, fuck. All right, I'll go to work. God, it'll be all right. I'll sell myself a little bit more pain. No, I'll make it proud. I'm a good employee. I'll be proud. Oh, where's my proud suit? Honey, you see my proud suit? Did you wash it? Don the proud suit, go to work and have a good time and eat a bullshit fucking lunch and talk about the weekend and funny stuff with the boys and the girls and gossip, and then go home and say, wow, I did it. I went to work. I'm proud to be, right? And you do that. Ooh. And then you're like, wait a minute. What did that fucking crazy cunt say, Roxanne? I can choose. What can I choose? All of that is because I have to go to work. What if I don't have to go to work? I'm obligated. That's a belief. She said that was a belief system because it gives me a safe and secure outcome. Because if I don't choose it, I have fear. What's selling me fear? My memory. My memory is an identity. Holy shit, that fucking cunt's right. She's showing me my belief systems are in my memory because my memory says I'm obligated because that's how it is. But what about now? Where am I in the now? Goddamn. I don't want to fucking go to work. I don't know if I'll get fired. I don't even know if I like work anymore. I kind of like what I do, but I don't like my boss. Maybe another thing. Maybe I can just accept the change. Maybe I'll be enough to accept the change to allow creation to show me a different reality. But I have to choose it. I'm afraid to choose it. I have a wife. I have kids. I have excuses. I have co-creators, but I'm assigning them to be excuses. I have obligation because I have a family. And I'm excusing myself from my awesome to be mediocrity. Wow. I need a bus to get back to fucked. 2 tickets to fuck, please. 1 for me and my ego, please. Thank you. A Greyhound? Ah, fuck. Right? And then you go to work. Or you choose. What's going to happen? You'll never fucking know if you don't choose. What you will know is your pain. What you are choosing to create your reality because you're being sold a story of a belief system that you better fit into, or there's pain, suffering, and consequences if you don't put yourself right. Get in the good graces of some outside external fucking master. Fuck you. I am. And thou shalt have no gods before me. Right? No gods before me. I'm enough. I'll never know it until I journey into it. And now I know it. And I'm not offering it to you guys. I'm truly expressing my awesome. I love fucking speaking. Flute. Cooking. I made meatballs at 6:30 this morning. It was so awesome. I was up, checking my phone, my emails, sitting there listening to some jazz. I'm like, time to make meatballs. That's so awesome. It was like I'm cooking at 6:30 in the morning. I love that. I love the freedom of the now. It surprises the fuck out of you. Sometimes you get shocked. Ooh, what is the change? Well, it's change. Recognize, own, choose the awesome. And it's not necessarily going to work. Remember, it's not the details. It's not what you're doing in the define. It's whether you're choosing your truth in the moment. Forget about what the ego is assigning to the consequence. Forget about that. Stay in the now. Is this my truth? Let reality play out, because you only know that what you already know. If you continue to keep putting out what you've been putting out, why would you think anything would change? The students that went through my ego classes that chose to change always called me and said, Roxy, this has changed. This is so surprising. What's going on? And I was like, it's changed. That's what you want. You don't want to be the same fucking self. Welcome to the new you. Well, I don't know how to handle it. You don't need to handle it. You need to become it and experience it and start to find the worth of you in that moment. Waking up. Forget about the distractions. Make your world small. Choose your awesome. Keep going. Don't look back. Anyone gets in your way, kick them in the fucking hoo-hoo and move on. Just keep going and finding the awesome. All right? In the now. All right, what else we got? Mitch, you know it's a mega bus. Fucking mega bus. Oh, that was fucking funny. All right. Two updates. I have a live at the end of the month, which is our regular live. And I on my Odyssey of Ascension website, we left Zazzle and went over to Teespring for some merchandise. We have tees and mugs, and I think one pair of socks and hoodies, a couple of beach towels, another one of these, and some posters if you want that stuff. And we changed because Zazzle had pretty good prices, but their shipping was insane. They were just gouging everyone on shipping. So we went ahead and took everything off Zazzle. So there's a change in merchandise if you want any merchandise. I think that's it. Yeah, feels good. You guys good? So you have an idea, you're observing, you're relating to change. It's scary, it's uncomfortable, you're uncertain. The one thing that I experienced with one of my really good friends is she was so afraid to do something without knowing how. Guys, we got here by people not knowing how. Okay? Take a chance. Go fuck up your reality to see that you're so awesome and everything that you're fearing never comes true. So you can invalidate your fear by not paying attention to it and always choosing your awesome. So when you're taking away energy from your fucking old life and giving it to your new self, the unknowable self, the changing self, the uncertain self, the undefined self, that self will only bring you the awesome that you are by nature, and you will start to feel your fucking isness. And that when you will melt your heart in the grace of your own worth, and you will fucking cry because it's so goddamn beautiful. What did she say? Oh, link to the masterclass. Yes. The Wednesday night masterclasses, I think most of you know that. Thank you, Victoria. Is on the website under masterclass too. So the Zoom link is always there. The only thing, if you want the recordings and you're not on the mailing list, email me and I'll add you to the recording. But the Zoom link is always on the website, odysseyofascension.com. And I think that's about it. 2 tickets to fuck, please. Fear the unknown. Change unknown is so fucking exciting. It is. It is. Anyways, it's 4:40. We've been on for a while. I think we're gonna head out. I got my 2 songs I gotta practice. Andante. I flute practice. And then dinner. I'm making pizza tonight. Oh, I gotta order some naan bread. I take naan bread, put a little pizza sauce on it, Parmesan or shredded cheese, whatever cheese. My list. Naan bread. Cut up some ham, some onions. 8 minutes in the oven at 400. Done! 400 or 425. Cushion in the oven. 425. 400. 8 minutes, either one. You'll see when it turns brown. Quick little easy bread, non bread pieces. So good. I love you guys. I think we can go now. Oh my God. Sorry. I love you guys. Go be awesome. You deserve it. Go find that unknown God and embrace it. And let everyone see your light. And if they do not want to understand your light, let them have their own. Let them go. Don't change your life to fit others. Because that's feeding your lack, and you deserve the Creator to be known on this journey, this ascension, right now, right here. You own this. You deserve this. Take care, guys. I love you all. Okay?